Yeah, it's like the week, to sum it up, is a bit like being back in the 80s, surprise, surprise, on at 8 o'clock, wasn't it? Because this week,
Surprise.
it was,
It's still a black.
don't start singing, Lisa.
I'm not going to, don't worry. You're all safe.
We started out this week saying we was doing Vlogmas, and I did start with all good intentions. I ended up filming and editing the first 50 seconds. It was about 56 seconds. And then that took about, I don't know, 2 hours, I think, to get that far. And then my phone went, and that's been it ever since for the whole week.
It's been crazy, hasn't it?
It has been a busy week. Anyway, how are you lot at home? Have you still got your wig on? Because it's been a bit
windy.
It's been a bit windy, yeah. So keep your wig on, whether
Hope
you're in
you're all
Wigan
safe.
or not in Wigan. Yeah.
Crazy Caveman, good evening.
Hi, Crazy Caveman. Good to see you in the chat. How's the wind been down your area? It's been a bit windy up here.
I don't think we've had anywhere near the damage that some places have that I saw.
I think most of the wind has been
Way
to the
windy.
west, hasn't it? It's been over to the west. You definitely don't want that roof down in this weather, Crazy Caveman, that's for sure. You know, I know if you've got a convertible, you have to have the roof down, but not when it's like this.
Set my neighbour's car alarm off early this morning, lol.
Yeah,
it will have done,
yeah.
won't it?
Right, now we should be able to get the chat on here. Keep everybody entertained, Lisa.
And that's really annoying, isn't it, when someone's car alarm's going off down the street or something.
While I get the chat
and then they
on
never
here.
turn it off. They must know. Everyone must look out the window and see whose car it is and realise it's theirs, but no one ever turns it off.
Let's have a lot. Go on, keep talking, so I'm trying to get on here. I am trying to pull up the comments on this as well, but it says it's on, but there's no views, and it's not on, and it's not clicking.
I thought it was my alarm, so rushed out of bed to grab the keys. I bet you'll get, well, whoever's car it was, they obviously didn't.
Meanwhile, somebody's
They're obviously sound asleep.
Your neighbours are now reporting a streaker. Right. Oh no, it's not that one. That's last week's. I've got a different jumper on. I am still trying to get.
Well, everyone will be wondering what your tape is. You've still got your tape on your jumper.
I have still got my tape on. It's private.
It's private.
It's private, yeah.
Top secret.
Yeah, I've no idea why I can't watch my own live to look at the comments. It's a bit.
I don't want you to, that's why.
It's a bit weird, really, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not really sure.
It's because you've got all them apps
what's going on.
That's why. You've got 10,000 apps open on there.
But today has been an interesting day as well. I still can't do it, I don't think. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Oh, I'm in, almost.
Hello, Shane and Lisa.
Best
and
turn
everyone.
that off in case it's copyright.
Hi, Jules. You all right? Good
Hi,
to see
Jules.
you.
Great to see you. Hope you've had a good week. And, yeah, hope it hasn't been too windy.
Crazy Caveman's air fryer oven's arrived. With the same
nice one.
as ours.
Yeah, nice one. That was where was that posh shop he went from, wasn't it? What was that? John Dyer? John somebody?
Yeah, John Dyer.
Was it Dyer?
Could be.
Right.
You got it.
We're on.
Hope you've had a good week. Both. What food videos have you got planned? Robert Dyers.
Robert Dyers, that's
What
it. Who did I say?
food?
John Dyer, isn't it? People are dying to get into John Dyer.
Just create a shop.
Right. All messages.
What food videos we got planned?
Right.
Well.
Let's give a sum up of the week so far, a sum up of today, and then a sum up of what we've got planned next week.
Danielle. Hello, Danielle. Good evening.
This week, so we've got an update on the parking charge notice, not a parking fine, parking charge notice.
Hope you are both well.
Who was that from?
AJ does drones.
Oh, right, yeah.
AJ does drones.
Hi, AJ. Yeah, we're great, thank you. Hope the same's for you.
Hope everyone's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, hope everyone's safe and not had any storm damage.
As the... If I put that onto live chat, look, there you go, you should see them all now. As the store's limited, who run the filling station, I've sent them a data subject access request to get all the data, as you do, secure the evidence. And something very odd, we've had a new entity morph in from nowhere, which is Asda Express Limited. But Asda Express Limited have responded to the data subject access request saying they acknowledge it, and they've instructed Shoesmiths LLP, which is a top 500 law firm, to handle a data subject access request, which doesn't make sense unless they kind of have the inkling that maybe we've got evidence to show that we weren't part there for over the 90 minutes which they're claiming, and that they might be suspecting something else to be going on as well. But yeah, that's the update on Asda Express Limited.
So now we've got to deal with them.
We've got to deal with them, but they did respond saying, "Oh, we want ID." Now you are allowed to ask for ID to ascertain that the data subject is the one who you're giving the data to. I've responded in form to that, and we'll see what comes of it next week. So we'll give you probably
Another update.
There'll be another update in a week's time. We did have another update from a bank, a financial institution. What can we call them? We'll call them the running equine bank. There you go. I think we'll go with that. They corresponded and said, "Oh, we're ever so sorry. We've marked your something reference report with a default, but we shouldn't have done. On that basis, we've written everything off." Okay, not quite good enough though, because actually you took 3 years 9 months to realise that, and your computer machine should have been better off than that. And I ended up taking a settlement from them. I raised a complaint and I took a settlement, which was a bit unlike me because
it's very unlike you.
Normally I am in for the long run, the running equine. But what I've realised is, and anybody else will know this, if you've ever had any interactions with banks, they're very good at changing the subject, making it out to be something totally different, twisting it, and effectively wasting your time.
I think that's the biggest thing, isn't it?
It is a big time waste, yeah. It is a big time waste. So on that basis, I decided to take early settlement, because the way I thought it was going to end up progressing was we would reach, I think they call it a deadlock, and then it's a case of having to go to the financial ombudsman, which is just going to waste another year's worth of your time. Oh, well, we need this, this and this, and oh, actually, they haven't done anything wrong, and you know, the usual sort of stuff. So the way I see it now is
they always find a get out, don't they?
Yeah. I spent far too long dealing with these financial institutions, and I took the settlement and I've put it to good use. Yeah, I've put it to good use. So that one is...
Didn't you spend it on the same day?
I put it to good use on the same day. And sometimes this is talking about life, and we've been weighing things up and talking about a lot lately, and there might be a term... You might have heard it at home when you say people say about the universe, and the universe will send you what you want to have.
So when's Crazy Caveman's Prezi coming?
So hey, I'll tell you what, I'll send you some speed tape for the convertible roof. Seal up any gaps and get you going really quick. Some speed tape, yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want. Speed tape fixes everything. There's been talk about what you would say the universe, and by the universe...
That car goes fast enough, lol.
When you say about the universe, we're not talking about the universe as in the solar system or anything like that. And what do other people call it? I think, was it
Manifesting.
manifesting, and was it the key?
Oh, the secret.
Not the key, the secret.
No,
Urban Cookie Collective.
Yes, I've heard that. Give to the universe, and the universe will give back whatever.
Yes,
yeah.
that is exactly what we mean. Now, I think
put out your positive energy.
Yeah, and we've been trying to manipulate that as an idea and get your head around it, because you almost have a situation where you're sort of getting nowhere, and then it's almost a case of, well, why isn't the universe helping me, and things like that. But the way I see it now, and we've had a lot of conversations over this, and I think it is in terms of helping other people and assisting other people. Have we got anything?
How did you guys grow your channel? I gave £1 to the universe and still waiting for my 1 million to come back, so we'll wait.
What
are you doing?
helping treat time.
Biscuit nicker. They've all gone.
We can answer the how did we grow the channel quickly. Who was that?
Video.
British Foodies, I think, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Growing the channel is
What did you say?
Grind.
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 Max's advice, grind.
Growing the channel's hard.
It's persistence.
It is persistence, and it can just be you could make your very first video, and that video could hit the algorithm at the right place at the right time. You're talking about the right thing, and you could have 10 million views on that one video.
You just never
on
know,
it.
do
You
you?
never know. So,
And it is consistency, isn't it? It is just showing up on a regular basis. And we've been really bad for that as well sometimes, haven't we?
consistency is hard because you do have other stuff.
And life happens.
Unless you've got a big channel, the channel doesn't sustain you.
No.
And you have other stuff going on, and other stuff has to take priority, whatever it may be, because that's the stuff that pays any outgoings and things like that.
But you just have to, it is a marathon, like people say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Everything takes a long time. You do just have to stick with it, because it could just be that one video.
And I think, why do you do it? You have to do it because you enjoy it and you're having fun. I think if your only aim is to
It's a hit and miss system.
Yeah. If your only aim is to tick boxes in an algorithm, then I think that could be harder to get past if the algorithm doesn't give you what you think. The other
And you've
thing
got to
is,
have a passion for what you're doing as well, because I think that shows through.
Yeah.
If you've got a passion for it.
And when I'm editing the videos that we've done, or you're editing the videos that we've done, it's actually captured that moment for us, and you can look back and say, yeah, we had a bit of a laugh on that video.
Very useful advice. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
You have to get over that awkwardness, because when you first start it, you feel so awkward, don't you? You're talking to a camera, and I used to feel so silly, and you have to stop caring what people think.
And
as well.
There is that to it, and also you have to accept that there's an audience for you, and sometimes you don't connect with the audience on a channel and you have to do something else, and you have to settle to where you are. I think also plenty of people have said it, if you want to grow a channel in the quickest possible way, stay totally on niche, is what they've said.
Yeah, pick your niche and stick to it.
Wherever your heart is, that's your treasure. It's like giving something or doing something, not expecting anything back in return, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Yeah, so I think do it because you're having fun over and above tickling an algorithm, because some people might have a channel with 10 million subscribers, but they don't enjoy themselves as much as a channel with 5,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Because then, and that is another saying as well, be careful what you wish for, because it might come true. And if you were wishing for, I want a channel as big as Mr. Beast's, then all of a sudden that channel's going to take over your life, and it then becomes
You've
your
got to get
master.
that balance, haven't you? And you're better off making one good video a week than trying to make 5 half-hearted videos a week, aren't
It's
you?
the hardest thing ever.
And no one realises how long it takes to edit a video.
No.
You know, it's not just the filming it, and that can take forever sometimes, can't it? Because you can do it 3 or 4 times, and
as soon as you're ready, as soon as you're ready to do anything with a camera, everything will go wrong. Everything
your
will go wrong.
mouth stops working. The lights will stop working. The camera battery will run out. Everything that can go wrong.
Microphones.
And then you'll record something and think there was no audio.
Yeah.
And then you've got to do it all again. And some things you can do again, some things you can't.
Particularly cooking. If you've already done something and you've missed something out.
If you're doing a talking head video, you can record it over and over and over again. When I've done some of my mum life chats, I think one of them, I've done it 7 times.
Mum life.
Yeah, and
Mum life.
I think I've done it 7 times, and it was the last one. It's like it's this one or it's now or never, and that's it.
Yeah.
But when you're making something, it's harder.
Yeah. The best thing, to be honest.
Do it. Just do it.
We've had some great Sunday night lives. We've got this software update now. We've had some great chats with a smaller audience.
It's hard as well to create something different each time. It's hard trying to find what people want to watch as well.
And we've looked and we've said, all right, what videos can we do? And you replicate that, but with your own take on it, and it doesn't do very well. And one of the other things to say is, statistically, and I've said this to you, the videos where you're cooking and home baking and stuff like that, they do the worst.
Yeah, they don't do well at all.
They take more time. However, I've said to you, and you've agreed, actually, we're doing that for the audience, because in the comments, the people that watch regular have turned around in the comments and said, oh, that looks great, I'm going to give that a go. And then they have updated it in 2 or 3 weeks.
But it doesn't
time,
attract new people. It doesn't. No. It doesn't appeal to everybody. It's really difficult.
No, I think if you were going to do the, what was this, the stinking fish challenge?
Oh yeah.
Then that's going to open you to a new audience.
But then they're going to expect that every week, and they're not going to get it.
Fermenting fish. Yeah.
And it's hard because, like you say, you can see somebody's video where they might do the stinking fish challenge and get 20 million views, and you might do it and get 20.
And then you're
disheartened and then it's like, well, how have they got so many? But that's quite common, isn't it? You look at other channels, and if you review fish fingers, they might get 5,000 views for fish fingers. We might get 65. It's hard, isn't it?
And then some of the stuff as well takes a long time before it gets going.
Yeah, before the algorithm picks it up.
But yeah, adding something different and having the time, enjoy doing it.
Yeah. And I'm guilty of comparing myself to other channels.
You can't.
But you can't compare your beginning to somebody else's middle or end because they're years ahead of you. But I'm guilty of that. I look at them and think, oh, they're doing that, why can't I do that? But they're well into their journey, whereas we're just starting.
Yeah.
We try to enjoy making our videos, but very easy, like you say, to compare to how other people are doing. Avoid politics and never give legal advice. We can't do that anyway.
Legal advice. We don't give legal advice.
It is hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we've all said it's hard to get your personality across. We was having this conversation yesterday, wasn't it? It's hard to get your personality across sometimes on camera.
I think as well you grow.
Yeah.
You grow and you adapt and you change.
Some of my videos did well and others not so good, I think, because it was repetitive, so I stopped. I think it's brave doing a channel and brave doing a live as well. If I came across a channel I like, then I think it doesn't matter how many subscribers there are.
Yeah.
It's the enjoyment. Yeah, that's
100%. I mean, we did... we went to Iceland. We bought a 10 for £10 we made a video on everyone apart from the 2 bits of fish which we ate. We
needed them for tea one night, didn't we?
Monetisation wise, I think we spent £10. We got back. I'd probably say we haven't got back £20.
No.
I think we've got less than £20. In fact, actually, I did intend on doing a video how much we made from our Iceland, how much Google paid us for our Iceland video or YouTube paid us. For this channel, it's definitely not doing it for the money.
No.
And I think
it's doing it because we enjoy doing it.
Yeah, there was some people. I mean, I have seen comments, people going on about YouTube begging and stuff like that, and it's like, unless you're a bigger channel, you're not doing this for the money. You're doing it for the enjoyment, and you're doing it for the regular people that watch you and come back and
comment.
You lot know who you are. You lot know who you are. And also, it's when you get to the end of it, like the live now, you get to the end of it and you turn and say, that was really good.
It's a nice little community that you build, isn't it? I mean, you do get the trolls and you do get the negative comments, and you just have to be like, block and chuff off, don't you?
Chuff off.
A lot of channels are just money orientated. Yeah, they are. It's hard because when you first start, the money's not great at all, is it? It's very slow.
I think it's getting diluted and diluted. And I think as time goes on, the ad revenue is shared between more and more and more and stretched out.
And different niches pay more money.
Yeah, I think if we was harping on about how great financial institutions are and go and check out this, that and the other.
Finance does really well.
Finance, car insurance, life insurance.
Health, is it health channels? I think fitness channels, they do quite well.
Yeah, this is it. If you was
Gym Bunny,
Mr. Shane Evator. Mr. Shane Evator in his lycra. Stretch that on in Monday morning. Come back tomorrow.
I'm wanting that in the morning.
But it's a whole new. That's a totally different area because it's not come back at 6 o'clock. It's come back Monday morning at 9 a.m.
Shane list is getting bigger.
Yeah, that's it. This is at 8. Join me at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
You'd be like who was it? Joe Wicks, wasn't it, when he did the fitness?
Yeah, but
during lockdown,
he saw an opportunity and he went for it,
Well, once he dressed up as Spider-Man and stuff some days.
Hey, gents, come and get dressed up as Santa with me. I'm going to shed you pounds before Christmas.
Be careful, because if you get enough people,
I'm gonna end up having to do it.
How do you encourage your viewers to write comments and give opinions to achieve that regular audience? You don't. They just do. I think once you've established a regular audience, they do.
Yeah.
They are consistent and they do keep coming back.
You can say it, can't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, or drop us a comment for any videos you want, or would you have this as a family meal or whatever you're doing. Yeah, you can try and encourage them to comment like that, but otherwise, I think they'll just naturally gravitate towards you when you get your own little community.
If a topic resonates with somebody, I think they'll leave a comment.
Yeah.
If it doesn't
and it's hard
resonate.
Because nobody appeals to everybody, but you will, like you say, you will find your people.
Yeah.
Just don't let the trolls get you down, because you will get trolls. Yeah, we do get trolls.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
They say the most ridiculous things as well, don't they, sometimes?
This made me laugh, and I ignored it before. But I said I don't think, because I thought I'd said to you, but you hadn't known about it. Somebody commented, what is it? They look like kissing cousins. And it's just like, I'm not really sure what that means, but I think I know what it means. But obviously, it's obviously not a thing for cousins to be kissing in Robin Hood country, but obviously wherever they were from,
maybe
commenting, then it must have been. But there's some bizarre,
you get the most ridiculous
things.
and you just have to let it go. You just have to, yeah. Block,
and
delete.
Just speaking about fitness, those of you that have been watching will remember that I said I did subscribe to a fitness product, Abs After 40, and I paid for it on the Running Equine credit card. Well, obviously now they've created the balance, so I am tempted now to see the look. I wish I could see the look on the face when I filed a Section 75 request for my money back because I can't access the website anymore, and it said it was lifetime. And in a data subject access request, I've got the data which evidences the purchase 12 odd years ago. Yeah. We may not do it because you want to do it because
yeah.
I mean, look at me now, you know, I am laughing over about stretching into Lycra seeing you all at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Just ignore the idiots and carry on with what you enjoy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You've still got the insanity to do. Yeah, we have still got the insanity.
We are still, well...
We're living the insanity in a different way.
We've been doing a real life insanity this month because I've never seen anything like it. What other updates have we got?
What about Vlogmas?
Well, we've been talking about Vlogmas. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. It's been busy. Yeah. So
we have been filming the elf antics.
In fact, actually, if you want to give the video a thumbs down, because it's the worst episode series of Vlogmas you could ever imagine, because I think we've done 2, 3, maybe.
Kids off school soon, yes.
Yeah, they are off soon.
20th of December, I think.
Yeah, that was the picture that I put. Yeah. So I have got that to talk about. Anybody that's seen the thumbnail for this before you've clicked on, we've got that to talk about as well. House issue. There is an update, and we have had a final court date through, which is going to be in the first quarter of next year. And that's all I'm going to say. The first quarter of next year will give you an update as and when. The thumbnail picture was the car. Now, Crazy Caveman, I know you was on with this. When are we doing the car? I set out to do the car today. However, last night we was using the car. In fact, I noticed it the day before yesterday, which was Friday. On Friday, I noticed it's a bit chilly in the car. And then last night, it's like, yeah, it's definitely chilly in the car. And I decided to investigate that. City Flyer. Good evening, City Flyer. Hope you've had a good week. Hope everything's still intact.
Safe, yeah.
It's been a bit windy. I've still got my wig on my head. Yeah. On the basis that the heating was important, I thought, well, let's investigate that. And I did investigate that. And today I did some filming, and I may add that to the 50 seconds of footage I've already got and include that in another video. Keep laughing, enjoy life, and have an awesome day is what I saw in your description, and that's definitely how you are. Personally, we've said this before.
We've said a lot.
Any issues that you are going through, so you as in us, and you can sometimes look at it, you can turn around and say, oh, do you know what, actually I am really fed up.
And some days everybody's fed up, aren't they?
I'm fed up with this, I'm fed up with that, I'm fed up with X, Y, Z. But it's took a while to realise that everybody is facing that, but the issues are just different in other people's lives.
They're just personal to them, yeah.
You could have £10 million in the bank and still have issues that affect you in a different way to somebody who has got different issues, and that could be health, wealth, marriages, relationships,
kids,
or just
jobs,
something that's
anything.
just cheesing you off, you know, like idiot banks writing to you to then go, oh, actually, we're sorry, you know, there you go, have some cash. Everybody's facing problems. And
well, I was cheesed off last week because I was short of time, wasn't I? I was like cheesed off.
Yeah.
You can be happy one minute and annoyed the next. You can. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
It's just that one little thing that triggers you on that day.
And I'll tell you what, Crazy Caveman, following on from that, I think you can almost, to use the word that you said earlier, manifest. I think you can almost manifest more of being annoyed. And by way of example, you come in and it's like, oh, crikey, I've spilt my tea down, mate. And, oh, that's cheesed me off. And, oh, look at that, where's that tape got stuck on the top from? And then next thing, you oh, right, I'm really annoyed now. And then next thing, you go and boot something that's in the way, you know, a
Break
case or something like that. Then you hurt your toe, and then you just say,
it just spirals.
this day is going from bad to worse. I think if you can detect that that's happening, you almost then have to turn around and go, hold on a minute, I'm just going to laugh at myself because what's going on, and I'm not going to allow that.
And it's hard.
To take over.
It is mind over matter, isn't it? And it is hard to remain positive.
Hard.
And it can be the slightest thing that triggers you, like you say, spilling a drink, an email, a phone call, dropping something. It can be the slightest thing sometimes. I can get triggered by the slightest thing sometimes. It's like, I'm annoyed now.
Or a miscommunication or something along those lines. Or somebody else that has an interaction with you that you take the wrong way, but you don't realise what's going on in their life, and then it causes a problem.
And then it can miff you off, can't it?
And it can, you know. I think if anybody is going to say, well, I've never experienced that, I'd find it hard to believe, because everybody's human.
Yeah. Losing the internet absolutely triggers me. That triggers the kids as well, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, it does.
Great advice, both. I'm trying to start thinking this way. It is hard. It is hard.
The one, it's not advice. It's the way of thinking about things, and I'd probably say I look at things. I'll give you an example. At one time, we used to sell a lot on eBay, and eBay was the majority income. The majority household income as an operating business, and we used to send probably some days maybe up to 400 items a day.
A lot, wasn't it?
Oh, that's what happens when you're laughing at your own jokes. Look, we used to send up to 400 items in a day. And there was a couple of what I would say is scammers, you know, let's call them blaggers. Yeah, there was a couple of blaggers where they then went to eBay and said, oh, item not received. Okay. And you'd look at their profile and see what feedback they'd left for others, and they were then blasting everybody with negative feedback, item not received, they didn't send it, blah, blah. And you say, well,
item not as described.
If that's happened 3 or 4 times where that person's left negative feedback for a multitude of other sellers, then actually it's that buyer or the buyer's address that's a problem. And
Mama Doyle. Hello, Mama Doyle.
Hi, Mama Doyle. I hope you've had a good week. Yeah, it's been pretty windy. I don't know if that's where you are, but it's been quite windy up here. That's so true. We've all got our own stuff going on. I spilled my tea down me earlier, but I thought, oh, well, just make another cup and have a biscuit. Get a biscuit. Give me an excuse, early biscuits.
Yeah. And that's how you have to see it, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, eBay brought out, so I would be one for digging in, okay? And I would turn around, it's like, no, they're scamming us. Lisa, they're scamming us.
And we used to send it recorded delivery as well, so we always had proof of postage.
If there was somebody where we thought, hold on a minute, this address doesn't quite seem right, let's send it extra.
And we used to send some special delivery, didn't we?
Yes, if we was really concerned. But anyway, to start off with, I used to dig in, and I used to be like, oh no, you know, you've definitely had it. We've got
signature.
Even proof of delivery, down to proof of delivery. Anyway, what eBay did was they changed the seller matrix, that to have the top rated seller, if eBay had to step in, then they would mark that against you. And if you had 2 marks against you within a revolving 12-month period, you would lose your top rated seller. And for me, for change, that was the hardest, you call it, swallowing the frog.
Yeah, swallow the frog. Yeah.
It was the hardest thing to get over, the fact that you certain things you turn around and say, yeah, it's probably got lost in the post. It was a block. If it was a block of flats, it could have got in a communal doorway. Anybody could have had it. Just send another one. But where it was a case of where the indication was it was happening a lot, there's more to it than meets the eye. It was the hardest thing ever to accept that the eBay way of doing things was to immediately refund them. Oh, we're ever so sorry about that. Here's a full refund. We hope it arrives in the post soon, and close it off. To deal with that change here was the hardest thing ever. But the only difficulty was with my own mind. Because actually, you want to trade on a platform, you have to accept that whatever the platform wants, that's what you're going to do. And you have to just chew it up and get on with it. And the way I ended up dealing with it, it's almost like we had a shop at one time, and I see it as the equivalent of a shoplifter. Because if you didn't open your door to the public to come into your shop, you wouldn't get shoplifters.
Yeah.
But if you kept the door closed and locked all the time, you won't get any customers at all. So I just saw the people that were blagging, I saw them as basically digital shoplifters. And at that point, you then deal with it the way eBay wants you to deal with it, which is refund them. And also it stops you from getting that, oh, we've stepped in twice, you've got 2 strikes now, within a 12-month period, we're going to limit your account. But it's hard.
It's hard, especially when you know you've posted it, and you've done the order, and you've posted it, and you've got a signature, and they've got it.
But that eBay example is the same, is to be carried forward to anything, because actually any issue of hardness that you have to mentally get over, you can apply the same process in the fact that once you realise that it's here, that stops you moving beyond that. And that's the hardest thing.
And it is hard. It is hard to overcome and get over.
Yeah. To deal with them. He's hardwired his dash cam. He says, yeah, nice one. That's another job done. Yeah, the hardest thing ever. And I think it's well talking about the universe and things like that. And I think actually the biggest thing is, first of all, have you got clean hands? I think if you're trying yourself to be blagging others and not being true to yourself, then at that point, that's not going to bring anything back from the universe. But I think actually the biggest thing is change and taking action. And what did you say? What's your thing? The universe likes?
Rapid response.
Yeah. And we have been very guilty about talking about, this is what we're going to do. And you talk about it and you talk about it. And the longer you're talking about it,
you're not doing
the further away that is getting.
We've had some cracking ideas. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. And we've still not done them.
Yeah.
And life just get in the way, and you're short on time, and it's like, what do you do first? What's the best course of action? And things like that.
There's a framework that's been put into place over many, many, many years that is designed to encapsulate you. Being very careful with my wording. That's been designed to encapsulate you and prevent you from moving on, whether that's financial constraints, banking constraints, time constraints, educational constraints, connection constraints, but as soon as you start taking action, I think you do see results.
Yeah, and positive results.
Yeah, and this is why when the running equine finance company decided to make an offer for settlement, do I mentally say no, I'm going to hold out, or do I turn around and say, yeah, actually they can deliver a compensation package which I can then utilise to buy Crazy Caveman some speed tape.
And it's closed it up in your mind, isn't it? Because you don't want your head full of negativity all the time, do you?
if you if you have all of these things taken up, if you, I mean, your mind isn't limited, but
it is.
It's limited in terms of issues, let's call them, that you're dealing with.
You're dealing with at a time. Yeah.
And I think if you can reduce those issues that you're dealing with, you open that up for the positivity of the universe to say, hey, you can do this and you can do that and you can take action. Because if you've got to spend loads of your time dealing with paperwork issues, well, actually, you might find that you are the world's best violin player with some practice. Don't spend time, what do we call it? Wrestling the...
Oh, wrestle the pig.
Yeah, don't wrestle the pig, because actually the pig might quite like it and you'll still come out smelling of dung at the end of it. So yeah, be very careful if you end up in a situation. Yeah. We need to be careful with this one, don't we?
Yeah.
Don't wrestle with the pig, because the pig might quite like it, and you do still.
That's what you got to be careful of.
You're not going to smell of roses.
No.
Free up that time and do something that's targeted
Positive,
to what you want to do.
Yeah.
And as I say, that could
it's
be
aligned with your values as well.
Yeah.
If that's your values and that's what you want to do, and that's part of your end game.
Yeah. Yeah, what have we got here? I'm a bit like that, talking about what needs to be done, like guttering, clean, fix for ages. I think you're right. It's about mentally thinking to do something, taking action.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, it is hard. Let's say we've had loads of ideas and it's like, right, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then for us, it'll be like a phone call from school, or the kid's not very well. And then that's derailed you for the whole day. Because what you plan to do, everything's changed, and it is hard. And it can be the slightest thing that upskittles the balance sometimes, can't it?
And I think you have to be careful not to let others influence you. If you've come up with an idea and you believe in it yourself, and unless it's something such as I've been speaking to a random person online and they said that they want me to invest in their timeshare, then if other people are saying, oh, you might be a wrong one, they might be a wrong one, you know. But if you was turn around and say, well, actually, I really enjoy crochet, I'm going to invest some time into that, jump on it and take action on it straight away. Yeah. And even if it's like, for example, the guttering.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the guttering, if it's cheesing you off, and then every time it's raining, which at the moment it is nearly every day, you know, well,
you've got a waterfall outside.
Welcome to England, you know. I think then at that point, then that's then a negative influence on you, because you're like, oh, cracker, it's raining, the gutter's leaking, and you can hear the water tipping over. But yeah, taking action then clears that out the way, doesn't it? It does clear that out the way. I find it hard to build the momentum to do things, but find it easy to decide what I want to do. Now, actually,
I've got a list of things
I don't think that's just something that's unique to you.
No.
I think that's unique to everybody. And what I would say to that is humans and their behaviour, it's very much a case of you only have to get past a short bit of repetition, and once you get past that, it then becomes second nature.
Yeah.
Almost, I suppose, habit.
Yeah, you only have to do it a few times, don't you, for it to become a habit and to change.
But we're not talking about habits as in illicit substance habits or something like that. We're talking about a habit as in routine, maybe, is a better word. Yeah. Something that you're doing.
Like if you did
routine.
exercise for like 3 days a week this week and 3 days next week, then it's almost going to become part of your routine to do that. And
I don't know whether another thing is, I don't know whether you have to almost say, for whatever it is you want to do, that's it, I'm going to shut myself off from the world for let's just say an hour. If we was to turn around and say, oh yeah, New Year's Day, that's it, boom, insanity. For 1 hour a day, we're shutting ourselves off.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
So that's no more EastEnders.
Well, I watched EastEnders for ages. I've got a television licence. I'm still waiting for them to come.
What? The TV
TV
detector, licensing detection unit.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him.
Well, you know what's going to happen when they do. You're going to see it on this channel.
Yeah,
we'll film
filmed.
Yeah, I think you have to shut off. And
you have to just focus, don't you?
I tell you what it is. It's you time. It's you. You need to make you time. No matter what it is, what you want to do, I think that's the time that you need. You need to schedule you time, and that gives you the option to take action. And if there's something, and I would call this, it's a strange word, demolish the ensconced. And it means that if for example,
We're full of us tonight.
we need to be careful, don't
I
we?
know.
It's hard to believe there's 0 people watching now. We're scaring everyone off. If you've got, for example, a favourite armchair and you go and sit in it, and then you find that 4 hours later
you're asleep.
You're asleep and you achieve nothing. Demolish the ensconce means that the first thing, if you want to take action, is right. You don't sit in the armchair. You go and do whatever you want to do, and when that's done, then you sit in the armchair. And after you've done that for a week, you then get that routine.
And if you do something for 1 hour a week, if you say you wanted to learn a new skill or achieve something, 1 hour a week, that's 52 hours a year.
Yeah.
That you've then done that thing.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
And as soon as you
it
start
soon builds up.
Getting into that routine, you start enjoying it.
And then when you see results, I think that gives you more motivation to keep going.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's only hard until you've done it, and it's only hard until you know how.
Now, moving on then, the car, it was cold, and you don't want it cold inside the car. The expansion tank was empty. I have filmed some of this, so I might include it with the 90 seconds of footage that I've got. The expansion tank was empty, and the thumbnail to this video is a thermal imaging camera of the engine. So I filled up the expansion tank, and I wanted to then see if the hot water was going through the engine, out the thermostat, into the radiator and back round again. And with the thermal imaging camera, that made it possible. Although it did eat, it said, it came up with a warning, it ate 80% of the battery in the time that it took the engine to warm up to about 90 or 100 degrees. What we found out is that yes, the water had leaked. I filled it up. We ran it up to temperature. The thermostat opened. The hot water went through to the radiator and back round again, which was great. But I didn't feel any warmth going through into the heater matrix inside the car. And at that point, that's fed from the water pump. So initially I was concerned, thinking, well, has the water pump, because it's one of those stupid designs where you've got the cam belt on this side with a toothed spline thing. And then it goes into the engine block, and then here you have, basically it's just a flat bit of metal that's bent round at 90 degrees. It's a really cheap naff design. And sometimes the toothed section on the outside spins, but it's broken the shaft where it goes through onto the bit that actually pumps the water, which is going to be a big job. Give it some revs, and it's caused the water to jump over the top of the pipe, and at that point we've released an airlock. So we've now got heat. We've got heat inside. That doesn't explain why the reservoir was empty in the first place. Although it did, because as I switched the engine off and I was letting it cool down, I could hear hissing noises coming from the expansion cap. So basically, the bit that you take off to fill it, that perishes, the seal on it perishes, and it's not holding pressure. So we're going to try and get a new one of them. We're going to get that done, and then we're going to
sort the oil leak.
Sort the threaded insert. which will resolve that. Yeah, that's an update on the car then.
Oh, that's it. I don't think we've got any more updates this week.
No, I don't think we have.
No.
I don't think we have. No, I'm pretty sure we haven't. Yeah.
Chris Caveman did comment.
Did he?
At the bottom.
No, that was it. We've seen that one.
No, there was another one.
Was there?
Mm.
Why haven't I got that one? I've no idea what you said, Crazy Caveman, because we haven't got
Does it show you on there?
Have a look. What does it say?
Yeah, with the car, I was using the excuse it's too cold.
It is, but it is cold.
Oh, and I was going to do a timeshare, but it just takes so long.
Right, it is cold.
Mm.
It's unless you're.
You were going to go back out and do the oil
Yeah.
tonight, wasn't you?
Unless you're in a heated garage, this time of year is not good for fixing vehicles.
No.
Unless you've got a heated garage. But it always seems to be that it's this time of year where you need to
breaks.
be messing around. And I do remember once having to do a starter motor on a Renault 9. They've all been released now. If anyone gets that joke, but it might only be just me that gets it.
I don't get it.
And it was -6. It was -6, and here I am under this thing, and the car, we'd driven it up on railway sleepers to get access underneath, and the ground was frozen absolute solid. My fingers were frozen solid. Yeah, trying to get these bolts off from this starter motor underneath the car. Yeah, should we put everybody out of the misery and not subject them to any more jokes? And I think...
Or quotes.
The kids are at school tomorrow, so I think we're going to get off. You've all been awesome. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for joining.
We're out of here. Have a great week, and
we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, and fingers crossed.
They did ask at the start what food reviews we've got. We've still got
Home Bargains curries.
And we might have a treat next week.
Might we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we might do. Might film that one for you.
Right.
You wait and see.
Home Bargains curries. Fingers crossed next week that we've got a bit of an easier week.
And maybe a bonus one.
Have you tried? I've not even bought them yet, but do you know what? There's people excited about them tin burgers, Lisa. You're going to have to try them with me.
No, you're going to have to try them dressed in your lycra at this rate. I'm not trying no burgers.
Oh, dear me. Right, we are off now. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Have a great week. You've all been awesome. Thank you.
Bye.